50 kilometers from the town of Davangere is the village of Bagali in Vijayanagara district of North Karnataka. Bagali was an agrahara or a town which was used to store grains during the 10th century AD. On the lake bed of Bagali stands the Kalleswara Temple constructed in the 10th to 12th century AD. The Kalleswara Temple mirrors the ups and downs of the dynasties which ruled Karnataka. Its Garbhagriha was constructed by the Rashtrakutas, the Antarada or the middle passage was constructed by the Chalukyas, and the outer pillared hall or the Mandapa was constructed by the Hoysalas. The beautiful temple with its rich pillars and intricately carved doorways form the story of this video. The Kalleswara Temple is a Dvikutalaya or a temple with two shrines or two Garbhagrihas. Fascinating aspect of this temple is the Veeragallu or the memorial stone outside the temple, which shows a group of thieves trying to steal a cattle. They are being fought by an army of the 12th century Gau Rakshaks. Even more fascinating is the legend of the Surya Deva Murti, which is there in the second Garbhagriha. This Murti emits the rainbow colors even in dark light and is a fantasy for all the archaeologists here. Stay with this video till the end as we go over this fascinating piece of history in this remote region of Karnataka. This is the Kalleswara Temple of Bagali, and you are watching the restless traveler in another of his journey to bring the real India to you. I am entering the temple complex of Kalleswara Temple here in Bagali. You can see the agrarian system of the olden times still prevalent here. So Bagali was an agrahara during the older times. Agrahara means you store the grains. It was a place of storing of the grains. It was this temple I have told you was already given you the introduction here, which is written here. Let's see this beautiful temple. The ASI has done a very good job This is one of the sub shrines of the Bagali temple. You have Murugesha or Murugan or Kartikeya. There are multiple sub shrines here. This is a Veeragallu outside of the Kalleswara temple. You can see three partitions of the Veeragallu. Top you see Kannada inscription, Hale Kannada inscription. The first segment has Shiva and Parvati sitting, and and there are 5 goddesses there. The second part has a man flanked by 9 women, and lastly there is a cattle thieves. Last section there is a cattle thieves who are trying to steal the cattle, and they are being fought by army. So they are the Gau Rakshaks army of old. This is another of the Veeragallus which is there. You can see a Shivlinga, a man worshipping a Shivlinga. There are two. There is a Nandi and a horse, and there is a Hale Kannada inscription. There are 36 such inscriptions here of Hale Kannada. This is the third of the inscriptions. Here again you can see a Chikkani or a Chikka Gopura, and there is a Shivlinga there, and it's flanked by two Nandis. There is a Shivlinga, there is a Chikkani or a Chikka Gopura, and there are gods and goddesses there. There is you can see Kartikeya sitting on a peacock as well, and there is a Hale Kannada inscription there as well.
Kalleswara Temple. This is a Dvikutalaya, or a shrine for two gods. There are two Garbhagrihas, one for Surya and another is a Shivlinga for Shiva. It's called Kali Deva here in the local dialect. So this was constructed primarily during the Kalyani Chalukyas, but I heard an interesting aspect from the priest here. So the Vimana of this temple, the Kalleswara Temple here in Bagali, was constructed by the Rashtrakutas, the Antarala by the Chalukyas, and the Mantapa by the Hoysalas. So you can see distinct style of the three types of architecture here. The Vimana is here. You can see Maithuna couple as well. Rati and Kama is seen in multiple places in this temple. There are a couple of elephants as well. Here you can see a woman riding on a horse. Two monkeys playing mridanga. It's also an erotic sculpture here. So this is over the Vimana of the Garbhagriha, constructed by the Rashtrakutas. And if you see here, you see the other side of this Vimana has a lot of the erotic sculptures. You can see animals are mating as well. Here you can see a lot of the animals mating as well. There's an animal between two. There's a monkey between two human beings. There is Maithuna couples in sitting positions, standing positions. In between there is some space for some religious architecture as well. There is a Ganesha here, which is clearly separated with the other erotic sculptures. The pillars of the Bagali temple, there are totally 54 pillars. Each pillars are different in the Navaranga here. Continuing the tour of the temple. This is another of the sub-shrines here. This is a shrine to Narsimha. You can see Narsimha here. This is the Mantapa. The Mantapa was constructed by the Hoysalas. And the Hoysala style is pretty much rampant here. Here you can see the pillars carved explicitly. This is very similar to the pillars and sculptures at Belur and Halebeedu. I have the Nandi which is facing in the other direction. These are again the pillars. This is the temple of Surya. As you can see, it reflects whichever color you show it from behind. This is the temple of most of the Nandis will be facing the Ishvara, but this is, you can see here in the Bagali temple at Kalleswara, it is seeing in a slightly different direction. The reason for that is, if you see, come and see here, you still see that it is seeing in the straight direction. Here you can see Kama and Rati. There you can see Kama and Rati with the sugar cane. And the fact here is that the sugar cane represents the separation between the lovers, whereas here they are not separated. There is Shiva's Dwaraparkas, Nandi and Bringi as well. This is the entrance to the Antarada. Here in this layer you can see Ganas. And there is Brahma, Vishnu and Mahesh, Trimurti. As you can see Ganas there paying tribute to Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh. There are 7 layers here, and each layer is beautifully. Each layer of Lata Patikas are beautiful. Here you can see a woman playing instrument, mridanga. She is dancing. She is reciting, playing mridanga, playing dhol. Women in various forms here. Continuing the tour of the temple here at Bagali, there are quite a few sub-shrines as well. There is one linga here, as you can see. A lot of small shrines dedicated to snakes, nagas. There's another shrine here dedicated to a Shivlinga.
So this concludes the tour of the Kalleswara Temple here in Bagali, 50 kilometers from Harihara and a 2 hours drive from Hampi, which is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. This is a must-visit place for lovers of Indian history. Thanks for watching The Restless Traveler.